I hope you enjoyed the break. We're back with the Garnet Chronicles tournament, brought to you by the Gaming Stadium and presented by Daily Hive. It's me, Momo. I'm back. Hi, so how you doing?
Trying to stay awake. It's like 3 a.m. right now. Like, also shout out to all the SEO players that are playing. I see a lot of them playing right now in the brackets. So if you guys are from SEO, good luck trying to stay awake like me. But yes, overall I'm having a great time so far. Seeing a lot of exciting games, players that we know as well that are playing in this tournament.
Yeah. And if you're playing this tournament from your desk and you're looking to spruce it up, maybe you can head over to cantoliving.com where you can find everything you need to build the best workstation or battle station, from monitor mounts, speakers, and stands. Make sure you go check them out today. And a reminder that today's event is put on by Canada's leader in esports, the Gaming Stadium. If you're looking for the next big thing in competitive gaming, look no further. The team at the Gaming Stadium are leaders in online esports tournaments and events. Make sure you check out the action at tgs.gg. We're going to be heading into another feature match pretty soon, featuring SAI from Team Revelation against Ice Chan. SAI is bringing a Rune and Shadow, and Ice Chan has Sword and Rune. Our first Sword deck of the day. What are you looking forward to?
Alright, so Sword, generally speaking, the Sword the decks are like mid-range Sword, but there is an interesting build that, yes, we might be seeing it. Yes, there we go. The Control OTK combo, I don't know how to classify this deck, but we call it the Balion Loop deck, where you basically play a lot of the neutral cards and Pro Methodology to get cards like, what's his name again? Butler? There we go. Butler to find your Balion, and also stack out your Balion with the Dramatic Retreat as a 0 play point card, so you can start the loop going. And then again, we see SAI playing Last Shadow. There we go, Dramatic Retreat. So the interesting part about this particular Sword deck, it doesn't really focus on tempo, unlike a typical Sword deck. It's more like a control-ish kind of playstyle. So I'm looking forward to that.
But there's that proof of mythology, getting that armed butler, as you mentioned. Yep. How does Last Words fare in this deck? Because I haven't played either side of this matchup, so I'm not familiar.
Alright, I personally haven't played this matchup that much. I have played both decks, but for this matchup in particular, not common. But however, Arm Butler, I was going to say that Arm Butler was an important resources to clear the board, because our Lasso Shadow tend to go very wide, right? So we want to use Arm Butler to clear the board. He just used it there to fetch out Balion, which is fine, because getting Balion is also important in this matchup.
It also just gives him a little bit of board presence, and he grabs another Armed Butler out of the deck. This one not as buffed, so it won't do 3 AoE like the first one did. But
yep. The important part about this particular build is that it focuses slowly on finding the Balion, because in practice, Balion is just considered to be a very powerful card that, in theory, if you just play it 3 times while evoing Faith, that's lethal, right? That's 20 damage right there. So the idea is that we try to just keep playing Balion every turn. That's hence why the deck only runs, I believe the deck only runs Butler and also Balion in the deck, so you can always fetch them out. The Dramatic Retreat to make Balion 0 play point, because when you play out Balion for 0 play points, discarding a natural trees, you're gonna get back 3 play points as well to claim your other cards. So right here we see grabbing the trees just for cost for Balion's effect. And there we go, just making, this is why Butler was important, as we discussed, because Butler is needed to clear up the board because of how Shadow plays. Shadow is mostly known for playing white boards like this, and now I think Shadow can do a full clear here. If you just lay out the, if you can involve trade first with any of maybe with the Leech, and then afterwards Last Words destroy the Lurking Corpse, I think that's full clear.
I mean, there's plenty of ways to full clear here. Series having been in another series in hand, there are multiple ways so I can go about this.
is here.
Starting with a Psycho Pump on the 1/1 that generates a Lich. And then playing a Kagero here. Choosing to Evo Kagero over the 3/4 and probably just trade Series into the other. Series has Bane, so will destroy the Armored Butler.
I suppose I've lost some of my edge.
Okay. That's a cool play. So, just grab the Brew Mythology. There we go, as we
Just off
mentioned.
the top, just grab what you need
Just-
to clear out the board, no problem. This does leave the Lich.
Yep, and also, yeah, it does leave the Lich, but I don't think that's a. I think that's fine because rather than having like a huge board right there, leaving up the Lich is alright because you can clear the Lich to the extent with Billion's effect anyway. But again, considering this is Shadow, Last Word Shadow in particular, the board is always gonna be wide. As we see now, Chris's counter here, giving you a 5/5 board, giving out the Bone Fanatic as well, making another board press, even going face right here, being very aggressive.
Flesh and life is too dear.
Yeah. So, do you just start your Balian plays? The Brothers United would have been a nice way to remove an additional follower this turn. Not that it actually would be the most effective. It would only be doing 2 damage right now. He managed to snipe
Oh, this is good.
the
because now we can
5/5
banish-
and can banish out the ward with the Archangel of Remembrance. Ice-chan is just living off luck right now.
Yep. So the cool thing here is that he can also do another chance where he can shuffle back the cards and try to draw the 0 play point Billion again.
Dreams gather unto me.
Did you get it?
Allow yourself.
Unfortunate. But as you can see, he has like a lot of search cards, like the gold spell that search out a sword follower, and Pompous summon that search out another sword follower. And right now in his deck, there's only one sword follower, which is Balion 0 play point. So this is what I mean by the loop, in the sense that you can keep playing Balions for free next turn. So Shadow has to find a way to either wall up or just do that. Yeah, just gonna let them play their spells.
I mean, this isn't going to stop the Balian in hand from being played, so that'll still
Good kidding.
be played as it's the only card that can be played.
That's the only card we play, exactly.
Oh.
Sonic here. That doesn't really help.
It doesn't do the most here, but could be just like another
Follow me.
follower to play this turn. Something that he can play. So there's that aspect of it.
Yeah. Evolve to trade over it as well.
Is it worth trading Balian, or do you just go face?
Considering you're at 8 HP, trading here is fine because you have to loop already. You have 3, you have like 4, in fact, not 3, 4 cards that search out your Balion for free. So any Dramatic Retreat drawn next turn is also very huge because you can just Dramatic Retreat, lay out the next Balion for free with the spell, and just keep out the loop. So I think trading here is fine because you have enough damage at this point.
Yeah, no. Wanting to risk anything here. Now, what does Sai do? He's using up the Ominous Tyrant to clear out the board here,
I leave the adventure into you.
giving us a nice helpful hint that Last Words Destroyed is at 7. And after these 2 followers die, it'll be at 9. But if the Ominous Tyrant gets back another Last Words follower... Oh, there we go. There, as you said, the
There
loop.
we go, Billions here, and then we just play another Billion for free.
And
This lethal.
that's lethal.
This
Yeah,
is
that-
how the deck.
Let us play together.
Yeah,
Playing
correct.
extra things. Grabbing another tree. Make sure that he's doing max damage. Don't want to let go of max damage.
That's just the power of the deck. Like unlike the traditional mid-range slot that we see, that's keep playing tempo early game, being aggressive, and then playing on the Billion turn 6. This deck is just focusing on like controlling your opponent's board, setting up a Billion 0 play point with Remedy Retreat, and then just loops like 0 play point Billions or like just play them out together. So next game we
This
have
is the power
Rune
of the
versus
swordcraft.
yeah,
Rune
Rune.
versus Shadow.
全財産ぶちまけるわ。
So this is an evolution burn style rune. The first time we saw it play, we saw a lot of misers in the starting hand. That hand got full toss because it was a bit more of an awkward start. Here we see Marie, who when a spell is played will get evolved.
Yep.
And as a one
interesting.
play point follower that can get a free evo, it's definitely a card that has brought this deck to popularity.
Yeah, considering the fact that Rune has so many one play point spells, Murray definitely has a place in this deck. It's just that whether we can play it on turn 1, because it might be risky, you know. Playing on turn 1, there's a risk where it gets destroyed, it gets sniped from random effects. So it's quite bold from Ice Chant here, playing it turn 1. We just see here Awakened Robot displayed right here, just to give a bit of tempo.
Yeah, it's also a matter of like knowing your opponent's deck and like the possibilities of their deck on like what could remove Marie. And as he's now building up additional followers on the board, choosing to remove Marie here removes a 0 attack follower rather than removing either the 3/3 or something that can go face. The 3/3 being the most threatening here.
Your soul.
Yep.
Going with just the Link Staff, which before 10 Last Words followers are destroyed, it is just a 3/3 with Last Words
Homeland.
draw card.
Yep. Oh, we just see a Eleanor Slam right there. I'm not sure if that's
The
intentional.
the Eleanor will give you a Conjuring if you have at least 5 cards in your hand, so it might be a misorder here, or maybe they were just trying to not overdraw their hand in the future. But with only 4 cards in hand when the Eleanor was played, she's just a 2/2. She still has an evolve effect, but we're not currently at the evolution turn.
Yep, and now we're currently seeing Shadows. Shadow Hand is actually not bad because you have the Wicked Rebirth. Wicked Rebirth is just a very powerful card because being able to give you a follower that can go rush and also give you hand size to generate more resources for your coming turns. It's just going ham in his hand, so you can trade it off here. You can even play the Wicked Rebirth, even if it's not destroyed 5 last word, you can still get a free rush, and you can, I believe, you trigger the Kagero. I'm not too sure about this one, but you can do a lot of stuff.
Currently, there are only 2 Last Words destroyed, so playing the Wicked Rebirth would give it up, make that 3. But besides choosing to hold these Wicked Rebirths until they can potentially draw, only trading the Gatekeeper over the Marie, who has a very annoying effect of when she's evolved, the first time a spell is played during a turn, she'll do 2 damage to a random opponent follower.
Because the Winston now is out, but I don't see any way to get the Winston spell, because in order for you to get Winston spell, right, you need to buff your followers, and I don't see any cards right now that can potentially give you those effects, because Winston spell would be useful. The silence effect would be very good against the Shadow, because you can basically just silence all their last words, making them hard to reach the 10 count or even 5 count for the last word condition for Wicked Rebirth or even Chris. So right here,
Yeah.
Sai is just deciding to clear the Winston right here. His hand.
Yeah, though there are no ways to generate the Vincent spells with Words of Judgment, there is at least the additional effect of getting the Vincent leader effect going, so when 3 spells are played, 3 damage will be dealt to all enemies. So when Tetra is active, she generates 3 spells of the same name all by herself, which combos nicely with that leader effect.
Yep. So we're just gonna destroy the little cops here, just to destroy Eleanor right here. So also grabbing that Kagero is very good because as I said before, the deck focuses on grabbing as much Kagero spell so they can use it in later games as a finisher. So Sai's hand and Wincon setup is looking very strong, and Sai has that one card that could potentially ruin Rune's game plan, because as you guys know, Runecraft, right? What are they specialized on? Playing spells. I spy with my eye a card that just, says something along the line, you cannot play spells. So I am not sure how I like it. If I try to just see Celeste next turn, considering the fact that this is a very hard board to clear as well,
Releasing limited.
might not look too good for Ice Chan.
Iceland going with a Tetra and then playing Aeon's remains to get a free Evo on that Tetra. They did not choose to start with the Vern because they want to use their play points on playing out
As the
repair modes. They
homeworlders
played
do.
one out earlier, I believe, so if they play out another repair mode now, it should do 3 damage to all enemies with that Vincent
Just
leader effect.
there we go.
And then playing out
It'll
Vern
be-
to draw.
There's a Kagura burn, but that's fine because we already have 2 Soul Strikes in our hand. So the interesting part, what Sai can do now is he can either slam the Celeste, and not let Aichan do any sort of play because most of Aichan's play revolve around spells, or he can just make more board with the Wicked Rebirth and stuff like that.
It's interesting that if he chose to go with the Celeste, Ice Chen did draw a perfect card to play on a Celeste turn, which is that Awakened. Is that what it's called? Awakened Robot?
Yes,
Some sort of robot.
yes, Awakened Robot. I wish I was really weak right now. But yes, Awakened Robot. So choosing not to play Celestia. Oh, it's 30 hand Lapis active.
So that's how you use
Link
That's a
here
lot of
just gonna
damage.
do. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. It's 10 damage. So
You can even Evo for more.
yeah, you can do it more. You can make it 9. Why not? Why 7? Well, you can do 9 damage. And you can even play out the Wicked Rebirth on the Goblin just to. Oh, he's not going to do that. I was gonna say that you can play Wicked Rebirth on the Goblin to make the Link stuff thicker. And like being a 7/9, can you imagine if you just rebirth the Goblin and make the rebirth, not rebirth, sorry, the Link staff a 9/10, just like that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty large. I mean, Resolve of the Fallen can easily handle that now that Celeste hasn't been played, so
Yep, and it's not
can
5
get
evils
rid
yet
of
though.
this big follower.
Yep. The sad part about his resolve right now is that they can't draw a card because he's haven't reached the 5 evil condition. Because as you can see, Grimir is not active yet. So I believe he's at 4 to 3 evils. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, he's evoed Vincent Tetra, and he got a free evo on Marie earlier, and I think that's all of his evos.
Yep,
Yep,
that's 3.
currently
There we
at
go.
3 evos.
What's this?
But removing that follower is just too important. And here we have that Awakened Robot getting played out here to both increase that evolve
Enemy
as well as clear out the board a little bit. Will he even trade the Vern into the Skeleton to prevent the Armored Goblin from
Oh, he's
buffing him?
Are
Evoing face, evoing trade, evoing trade.
trade. There we go. I mean, it's quite important to make to create tempo against Shadow. But considering he has 2 Soul Strike in hand, that's 8 damage. So I believe this leader as well, right?
Yep.
So that's
Just-
2 Soul Strike.
That brings our set to 1-1. Sai has a win on Shadow, and Ice Chan has a win on his sword, and we'll be going into a rune mirror for the final game of the set.
So we have the last game between. Is this a rune mirror?
Yes, it's a rune mirror. Well, we don't know exactly what rune deck Sai is playing just yet, but they are both playing rune.
Like in terms of decks for rune, the only one that stand out is probably like a more control healing kind of evil rune where they play it cards like what's her name? I always call her Nessan. I actually forgot her name. Folia, there we go. Plays cards like Folia, Fee, which is a more control-ish kind of healing kind of build, which I don't think would be good in this particular meta. But it seems like even Sai is playing the burn variant, as we can see Magical Gunslinger in his current hand.
Guild Assembly early on in the game, before you've done any evolves, is a really hard card to have in your hand. It gets more powerful the more evolves you've had. But draws a Marie, but does not drop it on 1 with the opposing Marie already on the board.
Yeah, because there's a potential threat that Ice just plays a spell and evolves the Marie and get the free trade off right there. So playing the robot there is very strong because once the awakened robot dies, it gives you two spells where not two spells, yeah, two max spells that you can fuse into the uh what's the spell called? The three mana silver that allows you to basically gives you two cards in your hand and also gives you a free evolve with the assembly droid. So
Yeah,
first
it's
of wisdom, there we go.
Yeah, Fruits of Wisdom. But Sai able to play his Marie that he saved on turn 1 here, in combination with a guild assembly that doesn't really do anything, but it does evolve the Marie so that she can trade over the unevolved Marie on Ice Chime side.
Stopping me.
Yep. So interesting here is that you probably trade off. The question is, you just play the weakened robot for more tempo. Probably saving the Fruits of Wisdom so that once one of the robots trigger their last word, Fruits of Wisdom is activated so that he can fuse them and play out for another free evolve. Because it's not really going to do anything on turn 4, right? You're not having evo turns yet. Your hand is looking kind of low as well, so you probably want to start drawing cards.
Yeah.
Here. Just very simple. I think like for Sai was a decision between Fruits of Wisdom and Magic Gunslinger, but Magic Gunslinger seems to be better just because you have the tempo and now you can just trade it off right here, giving the Fusion spells for your Fruits of Wisdom. Like Fruits of Wisdom is just a really good card because it gives you free evolve while drawing 2 cards.
Yeah. And here, the playing the spell will also evolve the Marie. So
Yep.
before the evolution turns, Ice Chan has 2 evolves and Sai has 1 already as well.
Yep, to show how powerful this deck is, being able to like potentially get 5 evos even before your evo turns. Like right here, Sai is gonna have 2 evos around right now, and next turn Sai could get another free one with Marie. Marie just showing a lot of work in the games that we've seen so far, helping you to reach 5 evolves easily. So you can trigger your Grimius, your Resolve, and your Tetra. Winston is right here. In fact, Winston also is doing a lot of work because you have a lot of cards that generate similar spells. Like for example, a Weakened Robot gives you Repair Mode that you could play for 3 times, and then you get the Winston effect. You can also use Tetra, which is the most common use. So having a Winston here just feels very good right now because at any time now you can just start going face.
Sai going in with the 3rd Gunslinger. Yeah.
Just right here, because like Gunslingers will be able to grab either the Winston or Marie, and like being able to grab the second Marie right there, that's huge because now this Gunslinger I believe is his 2nd evolve and 3rd evolve, right?
Yeah, it's the 3rd evolve on this Gunslinger.
Yep, so the other 2 Maries, once you activate a spell, will be able to get your 5th evolve, both of them, when you play both of them, and then with that said, you reach the 5 evolve for your Grimion effect, also for your Resolve effect. So Sai looks to be in a good position right now. But
Ice Chan is also not sleeping.
Yeah.
This will be his 5th evo here with the dog detective.
Yeah, both players just reaching their 5 evo really easily, as we can see this power of the deck, because Sai is reaching his around turn 6. Ice Chan as well, reaching 5 evos on turn 6. And then, oh no, Desert Mew Tetra.
Hate to see her go.
Yeah.
Tetra's had a rough go of it, losing the leader poll while her sisters win, and then getting milled and just really adding salt to the wound.
You know, I'm gonna say it. Like I was very sad when she didn't win the leader pool at all. Like she didn't even, you know. We're not gonna talk about it. Never mind. Like, I can't believe it. Like how can she not win? Anyway, back to the game. We have Marie here. Just as I mentioned, you can play 2 Maries out, and then a spell here. You can just play like Repair Mode. I believe
you could fuse 2 into the Fruits of Wisdom, and then get more.
Just get more. Just get it. Why not? Right? Just get more evolves. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And so this builds to your assembly build.
This does build to your assembly guild, but now how do you have to like trade out now to get rid of this dog detective? So that's also like if there
Yeah.
was still a repair mode, he could have played the spell and then
Never get a chance
played
to
another spell to
speak.
do 2 pings, then only have to trade out. I mean, it's about the same board. Because
Yeah.
you'd probably still have to trade out a Marie.
Yeah,
Um,
I think this is game
It's fine.
because Delta Cannon comes out, Winston effect triggers, and Grimier is active, so I believe that is a total of 19 damage.
But he doesn't have the play points to play out both Delta Cannons and Niggers.
Yeah.
It's currently 2 off.
Oh yeah, it's 2 of
Yeah.
yeah. But just to show the
So-
power of the deck right there.
Yeah, no guild assemblies left for Sai. He used 1 on turn
meaningless.
2 for the Marie combo, and he's not finding another one here, which is the big way for Sai to heal. He could have tried to like play the repair mode on his face and like maybe trade an awakened robot and play more repair modes on his face. But he would have to heal more than he has enough repair modes to heal. So Ice Chan ends up taking that pretty quick mirror because like as you said, those evolves just come out so fast and the game goes
Game
out
is
with
end-
it.
Because like in the mirror, as you guys can see, the main point about this mirror is about reaching the 5 EOs as soon as possible. So you have access to Tetra, you have access to Grimier, so you can start doing damage. Although you can't do the typical OTK, not even OTK, the typical 19 damage with Grimier and Tetra on turn 8, because as I mentioned, I didn't even realize that he wasn't even in turn 8. Because the general play is that you play out the 3 Delta Cannons, and then it triggers the Winston effect, that is 9 damage right there. And then a Grimier usually will be active to deal face for 10 because the board is empty, right? So that's 19 damage. Even without that, turn 7 alone, Sai was already at 2 HP from there. So
Yeah.
that was just a showing of how powerful this deck is once you reach the 5 EO points.